Hello, children. Today we are going to see Democratic Politics, Chapter 2. What is democracy? Why democracy? Last session we have seen that democracy. Take for example, child. Before and after Finosi's rule. Before Finosi's rule, it was ruled by Ayinde. He was followed democratic rule. He did favorable to the people. But his government was overthrown by Finosi. So Finosi was not doing any favorable to the people. The next one is Poland. Poland also, after the fall of communist rule, it was very worst condition. Ghana was got freedom from British. It was the first African country got freedom from them. So it was a role model to the other democratic other African countries. So Nkrumah, who struggled a lot to get freedom from the British people. Then again military overthrown Nkrumah's government. So after Finosi rule, was that democracy rule? Poland was democratic rule. Ghana after Nkrumah's government, was that a democratic rule? No. Then what is mean by democracy? So democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So Finosi was elected by the people? No. So in Poland also, whether people have selected the party? No, that is only one party controlling the entire government. And also Ghana also, after Nkrumah's, the entire country was under the control of military. So democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So on the basis of this, there are some common features of government: democratic government, non-democratic government. The government which is not elected by the people, the rulers are not elected by the people, those are called a non-democratic government. We can tell after Finosi it was a non-democratic government, and after Nkrumah's government it was a non-democratic government. The next one is features of democracy. Basis of that definition, we have some questions. So these features are answering these questions. So with the example, we are answering the features. So let us see one by one. The first feature is major decision by elected leaders. It is in a democracy that final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. For example, in Pakistan, Parvez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999. He was also overthrown a democratic elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Later, he held a referendum in which he extended his designation to president and also extended his ruling period to another 5 years. After that, he issued a legal framework order in which he changed that constitution So the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. So power given to military people, not to the elected people. Okay. So from this we can understand General Musharraf should not be called as a democracy. Even though they have conducted election, so the rulers have not taken a decision. Not taking a decision. So the powers given to military people, not to the elected people. So the Pakistan was not a democratic rule. The next one is a free and fair electoral competition. So one small example, in China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament. So the name of the parliament in China is National People's Congress. So it has the power to appoint a president. So before contesting, the candidates should get approval from the Communist Party in China. So in that only those who are members of Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allowed to contest election. So because the government is always formed by the Communist Party. Okay. So here government is controlled by the Communist Party. Is it a democratic rule? No. So one more example in Mexico. So after independence, they got independence in 1990, Mexico. After independence, election held after every 6 years. So the country has never been under a military or dictator's rule. But until 2000, election was only won by one party, that is a PRI party. So the opposition parties did not contest in election. So because the PRI alone contesting and won the election. So those who are in government officers, they were forced to attend the party's meeting. At the same time, the government teachers also used to force parents to vote for the PRI. Even at the last moment, the polling booth were also shifted from one place to another place. So this made difficult for them, for the people to cast their vote. Even they spent larger amount of money to win in the election. So are they that PRI conducting a free and fair electoral competition? No. So that was not a democratic country, democratic rule. The third feature, one person, one vote, one value. So this is based on the universal adult franchise, that is democracy. So there were many struggle for this universal adult franchise. So this principle has now come to be accepted almost all over the world. But even though there are some instances of denial of equal right to vote, let us see one by one. In Saudi Arabia, women do not have the right to vote. Estonia. So only the Russian minority have difficult to get the voting right. In Fiji, Indian Fiji have less value than indigenous Fiji. So here democracy is not based on the fundamental principle of political equality. So, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. The fourth feature, rule of law and respect for rights. So, this will be explained in small example. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority in 1980. Since then, country has been ruled by ZANU-PF. Its leader Robert Mugabe has been ruling the country since independence. So, to win, he used unfair practices in election. So, even television, radios are also under the control of the government. So they have to give about only party's version. Independent newspaper also there, but government harasses those journalists who go against them. The government has also ignored some court judgment that went against it and has pressurized judges. So this was the popular government, but popular government can be undemocratic by doing unfair practices. So Zimbabwe was also not following a democratic rule. So a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizen rights. Another feature. So these are the features of democracy. The next we will see the arguments against democracy. The leaders keep changing in a democracy. So it is an instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. So there is no scope for moral. Many people have to be consulted in a democracy that leads to delays. Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. So it leads to bad decisions sometimes. Democracy leads to corruption. It is based on electoral competition. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. So democracy is not a magical solution for all the problems. It has not ended. So democracy as a form of government have to ensure the people that take their own decision. So these are the arguments against democracy. The next one, argument for democracy. The first one, democratic government is better because it is more accountable form of government. For example, China's famine of 1958 to 1961 was the worst recorded famine in the world. Nearly 3 crore people died in this famine. At the time, India's economic condition was not much better than China. But economics think that this was a result of two different government policy in the two countries. So, if China had a multi party election, an opposition party and a press free to criticize the government, then so many people may not have died in the famine. So if it is a democratic government means it is a better because it is more accountable form of government. But China was not like that. The next one, democracy improves the quality of decision making. So it is based on consultation and discussion. Democratic decisions always involves many person discussion, meeting, many things. So they have to put their head together and able to point out possible mistakes in any decision. So while they are discussing, while many people involved in the discussion, it takes delay, it takes time. So it reduces the chances of irresponsible decision. So finally it brings the quality of decision making. The next argument for democracy. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflict. So India is a vast country. So different people, different speak a different language, different region, different religion, have different caste. So they look at the world very differently and have different preferences. The preferences of one group can clash with the other group. So democracy provides the only peaceful solution to this problem. So in democracy, no one is a permanent winner, no one is a permanent loser. Different groups can live with one another peacefully. The next one is that democracy enhances the dignity of citizen. So if democracy based on the principle of political equality, so here no rich, no poor, no formalities. People are not subjects of ruler. They are the rulers themselves. Even when they make mistakes, they are responsible for their conduct. So democracy enhances the dignity of citizen. The next one is democracy allows us to correct its own mistake. So there is no guarantee that a mistake cannot be done in democracy. So no form of government can guarantee that one. So and there is a room for correction. Either the rulers have to change their decision or rulers can be changed. But this has not happened in any other government, that is non-democratic government. So these are the arguments for democracy. The next one, broader meaning of democracy. So democracy is a better government than any other government. So modern democracy involves such a large number of people that it's physically impossible for them to sit together and take a collective decision. So majority is allowed to take decision on behalf of all the people. So if all the people don't have a time to sit together and take a decision. The next one, even if they could, the citizen does not have a time, the desire or the skill to take part in all the decision. So in a democracy, every citizen must be able to play equal role in decision making. So every citizen needs to have equal information, basic education, equal resources, lot of commitment. So this chapter, meaning of democracy, features of democracy, arguments for democracy, arguments against democracy are very important in this chapter. Thank you, children.